Hello my dear friends, here we are again on top of a mountain. Like the snow and the mountains. See, we are in Valmalenko, close to Sondrio, Monte Motta. Beautiful trees and birds and snow and clear blue sky. Here we are again. Oh, sorry, I had to put it right. Okay, today we will talk about the usual book that I always tell you. I'm a little impaired today with these boots. Ski boots are very difficult to walk with. So, usual book. This is, the Italian version. The book is called in English A Way to Balance. And today we will discuss chapter 20. My basic exercise, the Bonobo exercise. It's a very beautiful exercise because it involves the main exercises of Taoism that we've seen so far. I created this exercise mixing together the different exercises. So we start, it's made of 8 different steps. The first step is to, with your hands, we prepare our hands like in the deer exercise, the simple deer. Then, second phase, we activate the energy in the lower part of the abdomen. One hand and the other hand. Second step. Third step, we practice the turtle exercises for 7, 8, 10 times. Then, fourth step, we practice the advanced deer or the more advanced deer or the even more advanced deer for 3 times. That's what I do. You can do 4 or 5, whatever you want. Then we do the turtle again, 5th step, and for 3 or 4 times. Then we do the advanced deer or the even or the more advanced deer or the even more advanced deer. This is the 6th step. We do it for 3 times. We repeat it for a total of 3 times, switching hands. If before we used first the right and then the left, we do the opposite. First the left and then the right. Very simple. And then we have the power, the deer exercise, the 7th step. This step, we try just we let go the respiration, the breathing, and we just concentrate ourselves with the contraction of the deer and the energy that comes up. And then we add the most important phase, giving to the poor. To the poor inside, to the poor that we have inside ourselves. And who are the poor people inside ourselves? Those organs, those parts of our body and of our soul that have very little energy. And or they're sick. So we prepare our hands, we breathe in, get the energy up here, and then we um, transmit the energy from our hands, from our head to our hands, and from our hands to the part that we want to heal, that we want to improve. And that's one of our family, part of our family. It's part of our family. It's us. We are made of many different organs, and they are like a big family, and some children are starving or sick, and we are the father and we don't do anything. It's time that we do something for them. With all our heart, with all our gratitude, and sometimes also with our regret, because I damaged this knee falling with the skiing on the snow, and I damaged this temporal mandibular joint practicing Kung Fu. So many times we are responsible for the suffering of that particular part. So even more, it's our duty and it's our pleasure to transmit the best that we have, the best chi that we have to that part that is suffering because of us. And what can I tell you more about the exercise? This is basically the exercise. And why did I choose this strange name, Bonobo? Bonobo is a name of a chimpanzee that we say chimpanzee, but in English it's chimpanzee. It's a kind of monkey that is very similar to us. And there are two animals that are genetically highly related. The most related on this planet are the chimpanzee and the gorilla. But the chimpanzee, everybody knows the tree chimpanzee. It's a larger animal, very intelligent but very violent, and who created a very violent society. There's the male, the stronger, and he's very violent with the other chimpanzees, and all the males are fighting to eliminate the alpha male, and many times they join in groups and they go hunting and kill other monkeys and they eat them. And sometimes I've read that some sexual intercourse of this male ends with the death of the female. So very violent society. On the other hand, the bonobo chimpanzee is a ground chimpanzee. Rarely goes on the trees. And most of the time he is on the ground. And they created a society where sex is almost a panacea, something that solves all the problems. So whenever there is, wherever and whenever there is a kind of problem between the males, the females, they have sex. They have sex with everybody, with oral sex, anal sex, they do sex all the time. And in this way they created a very peaceful society in comparison with the other chimpanzee. So my idea is that maybe it's time for us to fish a little bit more in that side of our ancestors. We have been fishing for a long time in the other side, the violent side. But I think it's time we can fish on the other hand and learn something from this nice animal. Surely, Taoism is something very different than what the chimpanzees do in their society. But it's interesting seeing how many times the square, you remember the square that we have inside, the four sides, and two sides are, one side is the competition and territoriality, war, and the other side, another side is sex and generation. And it's interesting when, if you have a very difficult relationship with the sex life, you tend to be a more aggressive person. We create a more aggressive society based on war, based on slaughter, based on stealing resources and all these things. When we have a better relationship with our sex life, ruled by freedom a little bit more, we tend to decrease the conflicts that we live and the wars that we make. And it's an interesting, in the past, the beating generation used to say, make love, not war. And it's interesting. And another little talk I wanted to dedicate to the flow of energy. When we practice this Bonobo exercise, the deer exercise, or the told, all these exercises are meant to increase the amount of energy that from the bottom of our spinal column goes up and fire up all the centers that we have. And with this ignition, we should receive more health, more patience, more balance in our emotions, and more control over everything that is us. And some superpowers. But also this control is a form of superpower, because it's not so easy to have this kind of control for a normal person. So, what I wanted in the past to understand is the flow of energy. How does it work? I don't understand. Because when I read yoga books or Hindu books, so the culture from the south of Himalaya, you find the 7 chakras, you find the 2 channels, Ida and Pingala, that are in the back of our body, and the Sushumna, the channel in the middle, where the energy should flow, the Kundalini or Kundalini. But it's a little bit different in the tradition of the civilization that flourished on the north of the Himalaya. In the Taoist world, we have the energy flowing in the channels, in the meridians, and that's one thing. Then we have the 7 houses to complicate the situation. You see, the 7 houses that are similar but not exactly the same, as I'm talking about the position of the center, to the 7 chakras of the Indian culture. So, then there was Master Chang, who related every house. So the house of essence, for example, that's located down here. He connected in the books this center with some glands. For example, in this case, testicles, ovaries, prostate. Okay, then we have the house of water. It's like here, related with the kidneys and the glands, the surrenal glands. Then we have the house of transcendence, related with the pancreas gland. And then we have the house of heart, related with the thymus. That is a gland that in an adult is not very active. Then we have the house of growth, connected with the thyroid gland. And then we have the house of intelligence in connection with the hypophysis. And then we have the house of spirit here, okay, connected with the epiphysis. So the pituitary gland and hypophysis and epiphysis is the I don't remember right now. Doesn't matter. You get the point. So, how do we connect all these systems that are not exactly the same? They are not so easy to accept which of these systems is true. And then we have the Dantian theory. So in the Taoist tradition we have three different, very important centers of energy. Three Dantian, one here, and one here. So it's a problem. And at the end, knowing all these different opinions, let's say so, on this matter, and I try to rely on my personal experience, what I could feel. I tried to feel something during the exercises, and what I felt. I felt that we have two main channels, very important. There are Zhen here, and Du on the back. These two channels have two very important points. Bahui here, connect the middle line with the line from the lower tip of the ear to the top of the ear. The line like this, in the intersection we have Bahui. So these 2 points are very important, and they are connected with another channel that I feel. Oh, let's make a step backward. These two channels, I can feel them. I have the sensation, okay, not so sure, like seeing something in the fog, that are something like half an inch, 1 inch below the skin surface, okay? But then we have another channel that I feel it's in the middle of the body. Let's say probably 2 or 3 inches in the deep of the body from the skin surface on the back. So let's say in the middle of the spinal column. And along this channel we have the 7 centers. And 3 of these 7 are the most important. So you can see this picture where you have the hypothetical representation of what we have. So what happens now? The Du and Zhen channel are very important to control the other channel, the other 12 main channels of acupuncture. So, and they control mainly our health, our ability to endure sickness and hardship and hard weather and whatever it takes. So, if we are a person who has a very strong energy in these two channels, probably we will have a very strong health. We will be powerful in our physical body. But if we have not enough energy in the center, in the channel, that it's probably the descendant, what is left of the Chomai channel in the traditional culture of acupuncture. So that channel that we were saying, the Sushumna, said, the Hindu tradition said. So this channel where we have the 7 centers, the 7 chakras, or the 3 dantyans, it's the same. If we have very little energy on this channel, but we have a strong energy on the other 2, Du and Zhen, probably we will be a person who is very strong, healthy, but not interested in evolution. We will have probably a lot of interest for making money, eating, having sex, enjoying everything that we can do on this planet. So hiking and jumping with a parachute, or maybe making a family, creating a company that earns a lot of money. Nothing is wrong with all these things. These probably are the main dishes on this restaurant where we came. So we should have a taste of all these dishes, delicious dishes, but a little bit heavy on our spiritual life. Many times we get lost on these experiences. And there is another possibility, that we have very little energy in these 2 channels, Du and Zhen, but a strong energy in the middle channel, in Chongmai, in the 7 centers. So we would be a very spiritual person. We want to have the best evolution that we can. We are always looking for improving our life. We try to be gentle and caring for other beings, full of love, and but we have little energy on these 2 channels, and so we will have a poor health. So that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to have both systems working at a high level of energy, and we can do this with the exercises, because with the exercises we improve the energy in the middle channel, and in that way, when the channel connects itself with Bahui and with Hui Yin, charges Hui Yin and Bahui, the 2, the tip and the top, the bottom and the top, they charge Zhen and Du. And so, in this way, we will have a better health that will improve all our life. So, let's try the exercise and see what happens. And now, my dear friend, let's begin with the exercise. Okay, here we are. Remember 8 steps. Okay. The main fact is that we keep our column straight but relaxed. So we begin with our hands. First step. Second step, preparation of the energy. Remember, from one hand and the other hand below the navel. Third step, turtle exercise. Square pranayama, control belt. Contraction. 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 Seven or 10 times. Then this was the third step. Then we go to the fourth step. That is the even more advanced deer I will perform, or you can practice the more advanced or the advanced. And again, 3 times, then 3 totals again. And then again, the even more advanced deer, switching hands. Three times. Then we have the 7th step, that is the simple deer. Let go with the respiration and concentrate with the contraction and the energy going up. And then the last step, the 8th step, give to the pool. So we prepare the hands, then we breathe in, and during the inspiration we contract the anus and we try to feel the energy that goes up until here, it gets here. And then in expiration we push the energy, birds. We push the energy in the organ that we want to cure. Like this. Three times. Then we go to another organ. Prepare the hands again. You must feel the energy that from here it goes up here, then from here to the hands, then from the hands to the organ. Very simple, my dear friends, and with this beautiful exercise I send all my love to you and have a nice day. Oh, stay here, because there's a very dangerous slope here, and I also am losing my pants, so we have to take care. Okay, I'm saved.